for a mic?
Yeah.
Have you not launched the Zoom yet?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm waiting, please.
Oh.
Is that the stuff you brought?
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't Angels Envy as you walked by. Oh, look at, there's the brothers.
Cold against that door.
It
Cold
is.
everywhere.
Yeah. Especially against that.
So, only Rob can see the other Zoom, right? The audience Zoom.
Correct.
You good, Trish?
Where's the wooden stool?
I put it.
Oh,
I
okay.
can get it.
No, 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 no.
You sure?
Yep.
We need Andy.
Yeah. And Rob.
Rob's right
There
there.
he is.
Andy, I think he's in the restroom, so you
What's
might
your
have to.
time?
6:50.
Just now, though. Oh, there they are. So you put them on gallery and.
I should need to spotlight myself, right?
No.
You want them like when we take everybody, right? Yeah. Okay. That's weird.
That's all right.
Well, no, you can't. Otherwise, they won't. Well, self view, you'll be okay. They can still see you.
Yeah.
Right, right, right,
We
right.
could always just ask them. Oh,
So
there
do
they
you want me
are.
to spotlight it then, and then hide myself view?
Um, well, as long as it doesn't take. Yes, as long as it doesn't take away your gallery view. See, I think
Oh,
it
it
will.
does. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's still spotlighted now that I'm back in gallery. And then hide the self view. All right. So I'm not seeing. I see. Maybe it's I just don't have enough people. Yeah, nobody's started their video.
Instead of
Now you
saying
may
smart
want to at
goals.
least turn your sound down. I
Okay.
wouldn't mute it.
Oh, I
See,
can't.
why am I not getting you? I
I
should
don't
be
know
getting
how to
you
do it.
down this line.
Oh, hold on. I need a
Yeah.
speaker.
Yeah, make that be the sound card coming out.
Well, my microphone's the USB. I don't see a USB.
This is going to be on your
Oh,
sound
display
card.
port.
I can turn the other one for you.
All right, I'm going to turn that off. So,
He's got it already out here, I think.
Yeah, acting like you.
Yeah, I already have one.
Oh, damn.
All right. Why do I not have a chat?
I don't know. I couldn't find the chat the other day either when
Oh.
I set it up. I feel like something's changed on your settings. You know, on the Zoom settings somewhere. 'Cause Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. We're so glad that you are here tonight. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry, I'm doing a little.
He's got a little thing going on. Are you ready to share our surprise?
I've almost got it. Hold on.
Okay, 2 seconds. We're glad you're here for Tuesday training. We have a great night packed for you, and you're going to love every single minute of it. In fact, let's go ahead and look at Art Williams, our coming up video or graphic. Why the big events, right? These are kind of warm up.
Yeah.
So Art Williams, one of my favorite videos. I actually hadn't seen this version of it. So you guys are going to be in for a great treat. SNSD Andy Young in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. You. And the RVPs, we call them the brothers, right? And the rally, and then we're going to talk about turning up the heat this weekend. So our surprise for you tonight is...
Yeah, we've got a live
We have a
studio
live audience. Well, I don't
Live
know if
on
it's
Zoom.
Live on Zoom, right? Hey, everybody!
So everybody, I want y'all to make sure you leave your cameras on, leave your mics unmuted. We got a mixer on our end that we'll cut the audio out in case you're in a noisy environment. If you got headphones, wear them, but not a deal breaker.
Right.
But yeah, keep
So
it,
we can
keep
say
it loud
things.
and yeah.
So we can.
Hey, and one other thing they used to tell us before football games. A lot of people are watching. Don't touch yourself in any sensitive areas. Be careful what you do. Leave your nose alone. And let's keep it clean tonight, guys.
All right. Did you think it works?
Yes.
Can we say it?
Yes.
Can we take Here we go. Listen up.
SNSD Factory.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to turn off the echo cancellation or something.
All right, you guys, we're glad that you're here. We think this is going to be a lot of fun, and I hope everybody gets the opportunity to join us on Zoom audience. All right, coming up next, we're down to social media.
All right, guys. So if you want to recognize your people or you've got anything you want to shout out and let the whole SNSD Factory hear you, then I just get on Twitter or Instagram and use our hashtag SNSD Factory.
Oh.
And hold on, is that a problem?
Yeah. No.
You need me to keep doing that? All right. And then if you're on Facebook, it's a little different. You need to @ Let's Get Bigger Go Home. If you don't got social media, use our text line 404-465-1830 and make sure your posts are public. If you send a YouTube comment or an email or a direct message on any of those platforms, those will not show up. All right?
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't look at me.
That's not how it works. That's why.
It's not how it works. Okay. So promotions.
Oh, hold on. We got to cut to the.
The social.
The social wall, if you can.
Oh, look at this.
The Liberators are ready for battle.
Look at them. All right.
So if you want to show up on the social wall, use those hashtags or use that Facebook mention, and we'll feature you here on the show.
Okay, promotions. You guys are doing a phenomenal job on the promotions. A ton of you put them in for this weekend. If you have any that you'd like to share tonight, I've got 2 or 3 people already. Remember, go out to getbiggergohome.com, click on the download promotion tab. It's right there at the top. It's easy, and we will recognize your people. So we're all to the rally, I guess.
Okay. Trish, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, rally started. The board has been cleared. RVPs only. Only want to hear from the RVPs. Give us a text at 404-465-1830. Tell us who you are. We need to know your name because we don't know where you are unless you tell us your name. Then tell us the number of people in your base shop that you have watching the training right now. Feel free to update that number as the night moves along, but make sure you get those numbers in accurately and quickly because eventually we're going to take the top teams and send them to a playoff round to figure out who's going to win the cup and the coaching with Andy. That's it.
That's it? All right.
Most of these people know how this works.
Last week.
Who's last week's winner?
You know what, though? Can I just say, if you are new, right, and you haven't done it, or you're maybe just an RVP checking in and seeing what it's like, or you're a team of 1 yourself, all qualifies to report, right? That's how you kind of get things rolling in your office. So it doesn't matter. Everybody gets recognized for reporting. Is that like a little game trophy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so last week's winner, Walter Charles. I'm looking at him here on the Zoom right now. I want to know where his sword is. Show me your sword. All right.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. All right, Walter. We need to, make sure you bring your blade with you for Super Saturday.
All right.
And
TSA will love it. Don't worry.
just use it.
Come on
Put it.
through.
Check it as you carry on, and
No.
see how far you get.
We'll see you in May.
Yeah, we'll see you in May.
We're done patting you down.
All righty. So,
Okay.
Walter, who's going to win it this time? 13-time winner, Walter Charles. Here's the number one more time. It's going to be 404-465-1830. We only want to hear from the RVPs, guys. Only the RVPs. Tell us who you are. Tell us how many people from your base shop are watching. Get those texts in so Trish can find out who's making it to the playoffs.
So. Playoffs. All right. Art Williams. So I spend, as I do every Tuesday, looking for the perfect Art Williams video to talk about tonight, to play tonight. And so I was thinking about talking about big events and why we go, why we plug in, why we do them over and over again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought there was nothing better than this version of Art Williams' Do It speech.
Listen to me, folks. To win big, you got to make a total commitment to one thing. I mean, a total commitment to one thing. You got to burn all your bridges. There can't be any plan B. See, most people fail because they run out of time. See, it takes 20 to 30 years to win in business. And most people keep changing and keep changing and keep changing, and they're no longer 25, 35, 45, 55. You know, somebody once said, and I believe it's true, I turned 77 last Friday. They say the biggest surprise in life is old age. See, folks, you're here on this earth for a flicker. It's scary. You're here on this earth for a flicker. I don't feel 77. I fell in love with my wife in the 2nd grade. I remember that just like yesterday. I remember suiting up in high school just like yesterday. Having my first baby just like yesterday. Got 14 great-grandbabies right now. I mean, you're here on this earth for a flicker. See, it's not going to be long. They're going to be planting me in the ground out there, and they're going to be planting me in the face with a shovel, and there's going to be a tombstone over my head, and it's going to say one of two things. Here lies a stud, or here lies a dud. Now, folks, let me ask you this. What's your tombstone going to say about you? What's your tombstone going to say about you? You're here for a flicker. Time's running out. My last principle. Almost everybody does almost everything you need to do to win. Almost everybody gets there.
Almost everybody is over the hump. Almost everybody has it going. Almost everybody is almost everything that they want to be. Almost is a way of life to almost everybody in America.
But the winners do it. What do? They do whatever it takes to get the job done.
They do it, and do it, and do it, and do it, and do it until the job gets done.
And then they talk about how great it is to be somebody they're proud of. We need leaders in America who can do it. If you want to become somebody, do it. If you want to become financially independent, do it. I hear too much talk around A.O. Williams. You need to do it and then talk. Everybody can talk a good game. We need people in America who can do it. I go all over this country with A.O. Williams, and I have people say, Art, you can count on me. Great, just do it. Art, if I could just have one good month and get the ball going, I know I could make it big. Super, just do it. Art, if I could just pay off this debt, I could really go. We'll do it.
Art, I guarantee our Life Underwriters Association is going to run all you termites out of business. Wonderful. Just do it and then talk about it.
Art, if I could just sell my house, do it. But houses ain't selling. Do it anyway. Art, I'm not making any money. What can I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it.
And do it.
And do it.
Art, all my life I wanted to be somebody important. Well, do it then.
Art, I'm going to recruit 20 people this month. Wonderful. Just do it.
Art, when I get to be an RVP, can I quit doing it? No.
Art, all my life I wanted to be somebody important. Well, what do it then? Art, I'm over the hump now. Watch my smoke. Wonderful. Just do it. Art, dadgummit, I just had a fight with my wife. What I do? You just do it. Art, my manager don't give me enough help. What I do? You just do it. Art, you don't understand. I was Mr. Everything at my former company. You don't mean I have to start off down at the bottom and do it, do you? Yep, you really got to do it. Art, what's the primary difference between winners and losers? The winners do it. They do it.
And do it.
And do it. And do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to have achieved something unique. And how glad they are that they didn't quit like everybody else. And how wonderful it is to finally be somebody they're proud of. Thank you.
Wasn't it?
All right, they're clapping.
Here we go, audience.
This is very cool. Can I just say, all right, you guys, that was very awesome. So that was almost chilling.
Yep.
Listening to him, like how, can we say consistent his message was? How consistent that was, but how over time it's just do it, right? We just do the business.
When they cut those two, decades apart, those two right together, man.
That was awesome. All right. It's your favorite time.
All right, y'all. It's who y'all been waiting for. Y'all don't want to see us. Y'all want to see the big man. Here he is, Andy Young.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Look at that, man! What amazing! Got
We have audience.
Audience. Look at them clapping and going at it. Oh, woo! All that good stuff.
Yeah.
We are ready today. Obviously, a great show, but ready for a big weekend. I'm telling you, a double dumb crazy if you don't get as many people on that show on Saturday, 10 to 2. Put yourself in position. Big decisions are made at big events. I know when I came into business, they took me to Atlanta. I mean, 1 week later. And I go into Fast Starts Club, I'm like, rooming with other people. I don't know what the hell's going on. Get in there. And all I know is I got fired up, made a decision I was going to go be full-time and make a run at it. Met Bob Turley, my RVP, before Larry Waddell got promoted, and had a relationship with him where he said you got to go for it, through 5 or 10 people, build 25 to 40 licensed people. They do 30 sales a month on our business model. He put you in a position to make a 6-figure income back in those days, $150,000 now. But I just ran the dadgum play. Get 6 districts to go to RVP. Then you go to RVP, hey, big guy, go get you 60 more. I had somebody ask me, some meeting I was at recently, or what I did a Zoom for renders people. And one of the questions that came in was, what should you tell a new RVP? And I know they're all like haggling over and trying to figure and just, wringing their hands. What are we going to do with MIT? We haven't had MIT, missed 2 of them, get ready to miss the 3rd one live. MIT is so important for the new RVPs. And, we get every wholesaler in there, and we get every product line in there and all their strategic stuff and, big commercial for the company stuff. All I know is when I got promoted, I was fired up. Matter of fact, 2 days from now, this is crazy as crap, man. It'll be 39 years ago I went to RVP on the 18th of February. And I got in, I was so excited, I was so proud, fired up, and Art took us in the back and threatened us within an inch of our life. You guys screw up, you don't get it done, you slow down, you don't go get the numbers, you disappoint us, you don't run as fast as you can go, I'll go over your town and fire your ass. Damn, that was, what do you say to RVPs? Well, we can't say that now because we got a kinder and gentler. And I got 2 babies right now. You got Janie and Andy over there. Hello, how you doing? And the amazing Amy, who's like the backbone of what we're doing here. All the social media, the graphics, everything in place. Couldn't have this broadcast and Saturday without her. But, you got to make a decision what level you want to play at. And so I go back to my sheet that I always show, the 15, 16, 26, 28, 35. Well, on TV Monday a couple weeks ago when Amy and I were on there, they said, talk about, licensing and promotions and motions all the way to RVP. And I'm thinking, district, division, regional, RVP. Wow, SVP, NSD, SNSD, Circle of Champions. RVP's halfway. Well, what the crap? I mean, it's halfway. And the biggest money, the biggest payoff is having RVPs. That's what Art built the company for. So you have a choice what level you want to play at. And they got tired of writing insurance. You couldn't promote anybody at Waddell and Reed. The reason they left is they only had you can promote 3 district and 3 division leaders a year, and maybe a regional or two. You couldn't promote people to RVP like every other stinking company in this country, in North America. You couldn't do it. And Art said, well, we'll wait till our paychecks clear from our bonuses from 1976, and on February 10th, that's why the birth date is February 10th, just happened last week. February 10th was the day after all the checks cleared on February 9th for the bonuses with Waddell and Reed, and February 10th, boom, voila. Now we got A.L. Williams and 85 people going for it. And Art said, man, he had Jenny Carter come in. He's like, Jenny, I mean, you're a single mom with 4 kids. The pressure he had because all the people said, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Rusty Crossland, Bill Arender, turning down 6 figures in 1979 to stay here and take a shot to do what was right. And I think that's the biggest thing carrying us through over the years. And I said this on the video that they made about me, the risk takers, was even going to Capitol Hill, Senate, lawyers, hearings, the insurance commissioner, I've been to all those places live and in person, and it was a little scary. But one thing about it, we were always right. And that's one thing about this company, you're right. You're on the side of right. And another thing that's interesting, because I've been, doing some presentations and basically, steaming some people to get some names of people to go on more presentations with. I know you're good. You got it going on. As a matter of fact, I don't say it this way, but in the back of my mind, I don't know anybody that's got it going on like you. Man, you got it rocking. I know they don't. But you're good. Who do you know that doesn't have it like you? Who's been downsized? Their business model's upside down. Don't want at 35, 45, 55 start over again. Probably not going to retire where they are. Their business model's in the ditch. And I've had 2 people in the last 10 days tell me, well, I know you got that kind of interesting system. I don't want to say pyramid. Well, guys said, go ahead and say it. I pull out the notable shareholders of Primerica. It's like Wells Fargo. Do they have a research department? They don't check with a 35-year-old stay-at-home son playing video games in the basement and do a Google search about us? You think that Vanguard, these companies, put millions and millions of dollars? So I say that. And then I also say, and we were owned by Citibank, one of the biggest banks in the world. We were owned by them for 21 years. It's the only pyramid they ever owned. We're the only pyramid listed on New York Stock Exchange. I just get a little sassy with them, But it's like, I said, let me ask you this. Do you think with COVID that the business models that have been going for 20, 30, 50, 100, I don't give a crap if it's the new stuff, Apple, Google, whatever it is, Amazon. Do you think that every business model, especially even the older ones, the 50, 100-year-old companies, do you think their business model after COVID is going to go forward just like it was before COVID? And COVID at some point will go away or diminish or whatever. I think everybody's feeling that. But at the end of the day, are they going to keep the same business? We adjusted our business model up front. We got a company, think about this. We have over 100,000 people, a lot of part-time, but I know we have about 20,000 plus full-time. Full-time, fiercely independent. And here's what we say to a company. Okay, here's what we tell Primerica Corporate. You got 20,000, locked arms. We don't need a salary. Oh my God. I talked to another guy the other day. Well, I'd really like a little salary. I'm sure you would. A little salary, some benefits, some office expense, and then I'd like to have some commission with an upside and maybe own it. Well, you know what? That's like the stimulus fairy. And I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings to all of you stimulus junkies and unemployment and all that, because there's millions. Stimulus fairy is going to die in 2021. Just I don't know when, but the stimulus fairy and all that crap. The businesses are not going to continue. Look at Chick-fil-A, look at Starbucks. They've closed the indoor. They ain't going. All those playgrounds inside. They ain't doing that crap no more. They're making more money than they ever made with less people doing what they do. When's the last time you went to the grocery store or Walmart or places like that? How many people did they have standing there saying, not welcome to Walmart? They were the ones making sure you didn't walk out with a TV, making sure you're not stealing. I'm talking about everything's getting automated. I go to Delta and you don't need your boarding pass. Just we'll scan your irises because you've already been registered. I said, no, I'll just show you the boarding pass. And the guy's like, well, don't you like the new technology? I said, I think it's fine. I'm clear. I go right through TSA. But a better question is, why do you like it? If your job is to check tickets and they're replacing you with the machine, why do you think it's good? And I'm just telling you, the business model for most people is so you need to embrace and understand between your ears how big a deal of what we have in place where we can go out with a business model streamline. We don't want a salary. Don't pay our office expenses. I pay my health insurance. Don't pay my health insurance. Don't give me crap. All I want in exchange is I want the best products available with the best companies, and I want the top commission to sell them. That's all I want. And what an amazing place. We're ahead of the game. I promise you, most companies in this country, in North America, they're going to fight to get in that kind of position because of what happened with COVID. It's going to be a totally different world, and that's where we are now. Now, the catch is, how are you going to get 20,000 hardcore people, a lot of them been around 10, 20, 30, 40 years, how do you get a bunch of people to buy into that right now when you got the stimulus fairy and all the other crap going on? You know, I know people get worried about words. I've been reading this and seeing this lately. People say, you know, if you use the word fight in a sentence, it's like very threatening. Like, life will give you what you're willing to fight for. Oh, what do you mean fight for? Did you bring a knife, a gun? What fight for? Yes, life will give you what you're willing to fight for, not settle for, or wait for the government to give you. That's exactly right. So I don't know whose side you're on or where you're going, but life will give you what you want to fight. So, you know, I'm sorry they got rid of dodgeball, so you didn't get hit in the face in 3rd grade, probably by your sister or brother on a cold day like everybody, most of y'all listen to me. I don't care if you're in Dallas, everybody's freezing their butt off. A cold day like today, bam, right there. You know, you graduate from wherever you graduate from, you go out in the real world, and then you get hit in the face by the ball. And you're like, I don't know, that's the way the world's been all the time. Okay, I'm sorry your mama didn't beat you or what happened. And I don't mean to make light of the people that, you know, got beat a lot like me. I really did. I got a black eye one day. I mean, my mom was so furious, and you know, I was 110 pounds, 2nd grade. It's all she could do. She had to lean up when I was in elementary school. She just didn't know what else to hit me with the molding one day, broken in half, you know, the baseboard. I mean, I couldn't get enough beatings personally. But I'm just saying, come on, you got to fight. So, where are we now? Oh, we're closing in on the brothers. I'm pretty excited about that. But what level you want to play at? I had RVP, and y'all seen this. When I got 12 personal recruits, and I'm going through numbers right now, and I mean a bunch of jerks and idiots. And you know, one of my RVPs, we did 722 in 19 days. A lot of people doing cold stuff. I said it's 2 out of 100 in cold. You get two recruits out of 100 you talk to. Mostly, I did them face to face. Still got 2 out of 100. You get about 4 out of 10 if you're in a hot market. So anyway, we got 12 and turned that into districts and did 30 by 30, 5 months, 120 recruits in 5 months. Gave it all up. So it's a replacement. Gave everything up, started over again. I got 15 more direct recruits. But in 4 months, recruited about 135 people. Larry Waddell said put 500 people in a room. So in less than 100 days, first 4 months, we had 135 people. How'd you get 500 in a room? Well, 135, each bring 2. That'll put you in pretty good space. I remember Pat. Pat didn't, she wasn't, you know, a big fan of the business early. She was a client, but she was interested in the school stuff. And you know what? That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But I said, you better have 5 people. Get your ass in there with 5 people. I mean, I need you to have 5. That's my sister. And it was all hands on deck. We put 500 people in a room. And I've gone up and done a meeting in the same room with 27 RVPs. Did it 2 years ago, and they got like 250 in that room. I don't know what level you want to play at. You think you got forever? I never believed that, even when I was in my 20s. Then we go out with the 15, so had 133. 1 more month later, had 200 recruits. So the 5th month had 200. Not 120 in 5 months, 200. And then the next 2 months, June and July, we got another 200 in 2 months. Bam! And whose eyes were on fire? Me. Who drank all the Kool-Aid and had it dripping down my chin? Well, I know, hell, I don't know if, you know, I don't believe anything you're saying, boy, but it's clear you drank all the Kool-Aid, you believe it. Well, I don't know what people look at with you, but do you have any conviction, any belief about what you're doing? Because people can smell a phony a mile away, and if you want to get big right now, I swear to you, the best time ever is right. Last year was the best year ever. This year is going to top last year, but are you going to be a sales deal like what Art left? Are you going to go out there, go to RVP, duplicate yourself, and become an RVP? So with that, I've got a great group today. The brothers, Los Hermanos, we're fired up. A little worried about the other hermano, like Nico. Tell Nico I said hello. Hello, Nico.
Got a great
yep.
group today.
And, you guys good?
Los Hermanos, we're fired up. A little worried about the
You guys good? All right. We're doing what? Okay. We're going to get Zoom and YouTube. We're getting ready to get married right now and have a baby.
Say hey.
Say hey, Willie Mays.
I think we should be good, yes.
There you
Are we
go.
good now?
Yep, yeah, we're
God,
good.
I mean, the pandemic hasn't seen you boys. You're coming down for the weekend, right?
Yes,
we are.
Coach, we're so
We're in Puerto Rico.
blessed to be invited there, So
All right. You in Puerto Rico now?
Yes, yes.
Live from Puerto Rico
We are
right
in-
now.
Hell yeah!
Sure.
What's the temperature?
Like
80 degrees.
Hell yeah, man! It's freezing back where you came from. So anyway, and Andres, I haven't seen you up close and personal. Just personal question, if you don't mind. What happened to your hair?
Oh, Coach, money gives us options, so don't worry, it's coming back.
All right, yeah. So as soon as you hit full ownership, I expect to have full head of hair. That didn't
That's
work
the idea.
Didn't work for me. But these guys are fired up. They're on a big run right now. They got the best numbers they've had in years. Started off a little slow with COVID, but man, made a decision to get moving. We're going to hear their story tonight. On Saturday, we're going to hear it again. We're going to be able to spend time, break bread, have a drink or something, and get a hug this weekend. Really fired up about that. But really proud of the job they've done, promoted their first RVP outside of my hierarchy, so I don't get paid on them anymore. And that's what I've been begging them to do for years. I want to help them promote people out of my hierarchy because that's going to make them get bigger. So I'm fired up about that. And I had one guy come to one of the schools and, oh, I think that's fair. Oh, shut up, man. You get yourself 200-300 RVPs, you get paid on all of them. And then down the road, 30, 40 years, maybe they'll get further down to 7th, 8th, and 9th. Don't worry about it. I'm a big boy. I can take it. You'll go get big. So fired up about these guys. What they're doing, what they've got in place, the recruiting numbers going through the roof. So guys, take it over. How are you going to do it?
Absolutely, Coach. I'm going to go first. Well, first of all, I want to go ahead and
Take the shot.
we appreciate you guys. Honestly, I just want to go ahead and say, man, we are so honored to be invited again to speak to the SNSD factory.
Oh.
You already know, man. I tell a little about ourselves. I know we have maybe a couple new people listening to this. Andres and I joined Primerica back in 2013. I was 22 years old. I was a server at a Mexican restaurant, a receptionist at a real estate office, and I was going to school. And I was going to school so I can get good grades and get a good job. This man right here went to a meeting. He came back to our apartment. He said, Albert, you don't understand. I found this opportunity. I'm going to be a millionaire. And I was like, what the heck? I didn't know what it was about. I never heard of Primerica before. He dragged me to the office, right? I saw Primerica for the first time. What attracted me was probably what attracted 99% of people who join Primerica. Money, right? So I wanted to make some part-time income, right? I thought I was going to be here for 4 months. I joined because I saw value in the licenses. Maybe I can polish my resume, right? And I was going to be here for 4 months to make some part-time income. Well, those 4 months turned to over 7 years now that we've been with the company, And I look and I'm like, man, I've really been here for 7 years now. I was like, if you would ask me that question, if I would have been here for that long, I probably would have laughed at your face. But the reason why is because when I first joined Primerica, I thought it was an opportunity I could just make extra income. But the more I started to come to the meetings, the more I started to come to the big events, I started to understand, guys, that Primerica was legitimate, a true business opportunity. I love it so much. Why? Number one, you get to be your own boss. 2, you got to control your time. And 3, you have the opportunity, guys, to build a business that can give you time and money. Think about it, man. When I was in the restaurant, if I wanted to take this vacation, like one man in Puerto Rico, I know I'm not financially independent yet, but I started when I was 22. I just turned 30 on Sunday, February the 14th, and I wanted to do something big for my 30th birthday, right? So I was like, man, you know what? I want to travel. I didn't have to ask a boss. I did ask the boss. The boss was me, right? And I didn't have to, no objections. I didn't have to make up a lie or something like that. I just got to do it. I just booked the flights and I just did it. You know what I mean? And that's the opportunity that Primerica gives you guys. You know what I mean? And so my best advice to you guys is, to focus on what you want. And if what you want is to make money, I'll tell you something. In Primerica, you make money 2 ways, right? We provide a service. So you can make money, guys, whenever you yourself provide the service to a client, whether it's a Zoom to Zoom or face to face, right? The second way you can make money is when somebody in your team provides the service. See, one way you're making it working, the other way you're making it in a passive way. Does that make sense? I choose to make it in a passive way because we all join Primerica to make money, right? And so I'll tell you something. Okay, how do we get clients? Look, I'll tell you something. I figure out that there's actually 4 ways, okay, that we get clients. 4 ways, just 4 simple ways. One way is the first way that everybody starts with. Every business is your warm market. That's how everybody starts with. You start with your warm market. The second way you have clients, guys, is through referrals. Okay, from friends to friends, family to family. Think about it. People that never want to talk to their brothers, to their sisters, to the family members. See, you will never get a referral from any of your friends, any of your families, unless they know what you do, right? So that's why we got to make sure that we talk to everybody that we know, because they could be interested, or maybe they can just give you a referral for a potential recruit or for a potential client, right? So first way, warm market. Second way, referrals, okay? Now, most people in different businesses, those are the only two ways they have their clients, through warm market and through referrals. But in Primerica, guess what? You can also have clients through your new recruits warm market. See, everybody has a warm market. And so when you recruit, guess what? You also having more clients and more people that you can talk to. And the fourth way is through internal consumption. Right? Think about it. Whenever you go to a Apple store, people that work there have what? Apple products, right? They have Apple AirPods, they have the iWatch, right? So in Primerica, your recruits are going to be like, hey, can I have a policy? Can I get our investment account? So through large number of recruiting, see, because your warm market is limited. You don't have like different aunts being born every day, or 500 mothers or 500. I mean, you have one mom, one dad, and then one sister. And so that's going to run out. So what's going to keep it going is the recruiting, right? Through new recruits warm market and through internal consumption. So recruiting is the name of the game, guys, okay? And one thing I learned from big events in North Carolina is the recruiting rules. And I finished with this before I pass it to my brother, right? From Francis Everett that came to North Carolina, right? A recruit is not a recruit until it has to recruit. And a leg is not a leg until it's 4 licenses deep, right? And a team is not a team until it has 4 legs, right? And then one thing that Art Williams says is an RVP is not an RVP until they produce an RVP. So officially, we have now been promoted to a regional vice president because we just promoted our first RVP, and I'm so excited so I can get the SNSD hat. That's what I'm so excited about, because I wanted that hat, man. I just want the freaking hat. I don't want no other hat. I just want my SNSD hat, and we got it. And when Gus Gonzalez goes on stage and says that 67% of RVPs have never promoted an RVP, I can be like, that's right. We're not one of them no more, right? Because every time he said that burned our butt, right? So guys, I'm so excited. We don't have a hierarchy yet. Andy Young calls it, we have hierarchy, right? But we're getting it there, right? So I'm just so excited, man. So blessed to be part of this family, man, because I consider you guys my family. You guys are so much part of our success here. So I love you all, man. I'll pass down to my brother. He can knock it out.
Awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. First of all, guys, my name is Andres Arellano, Alvaro's brother right here. And I'm so excited, to be, talking to you live here from Puerto Rico. I mean, it's amazing here. The weather is awesome. I saw the weather in Maryland. We were actually boarding on the plane with snow on the feet. And I'm like, dang, like we're gonna have a great time. And Alvaro's dream was to come here for his 30th birthday. And I'm just so pumped and excited that we came here with an RVP in our belt. And we got about 2 more coming up in the next couple months or 90 days, right? We actually got 2 people who are ready with Series 6 and 26 license. So we're getting ready to be promoted to SVP. So we're halfway day being RVPs. But guys, I want to share with you guys something. Our coach Andy Young and Darla asked us to, talk about the importance of plugging into big events. And I'll tell you something. When we got started in Primerica, it was about 5 months in that our coach George and Ursula Chavez literally talked to us and said, hey guys, we got to get on a van. We've got to go to this spot called North Carolina. We're going to go see an event. It's going to be a life-changing event, right? So, I mean, to be honest, life-changing event. I mean, I've been to concerts. I've been to, soccer games here and there, right? But nothing like life-changing, right? But anyways, when we went there, we were amazed at how many people were there, how many people were recruiting over 20, 30 recruits a month. And it was just incredible, something that we really hadn't seen. But the one thing we heard from the speaker was that either you get 5 directs or you got to get 10 through team, through a brand new team. If you already have, quote unquote, a team, you got to get that every single month until you get promoted to RVP. And then you got to keep on going. Because, I mean, to be honest, RVP is just a district that didn't quit. And you got to remember that, there's a lot of quitters. A lot of people quit, COVID, the pandemic. I mean, the closest thing to war is American business. And I know, that might be like a little bit tough to say, but it is true. I mean, I remember when I was in college And there was a Mexican restaurant called Chipotle, and then right next door was Qdoba. And on the opening day for Qdoba, on that location, Chipotle said, "Hey, it's a half price for us," right? So like, just to beat the competition, just to kind of take them out of business on their inauguration day, right? And same thing in Primerica. I mean, when you think about it, right? Most people get approached by a lot of companies, a lot of opportunities out there, a lot of side hustles. Hey, make an extra $1,000 here, make an extra $2,000 here. So your way of asking, hey, you want to make part-time $1,000 to $2,000, you know, you're kind of throwing a big net out there for little fishes, but what you really want to do is you really want to catch the big fishes. And I think that big events is where the big fishes are caught. What I mean by that, where the studs, where the champions see something big or something special, something where, I don't know if we lost connection or something, right? But some place where champions see, man, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to compete. This is where I want to build a business. This is something incredible. The greatest feeling in my Primerica career is when I see people winning in our team. I know I get excited when we win. And, you know, Albert and I, we're A personality. We get excited. But man, when we see our teammates win, when we see our districts, our new reps, our new districts getting promoted to division and regional, and you know, a step close to RVP, and then winning these trips, right? You know, to Hawaii, winning the trips to, you know, Miami, South Beach, right? I mean, incredible places. And I would mention to you that if you are plugging in to our coach Andy Young and the whole SNSD factory, right? You got to be ready, right? Got to be ready. I mean, you're going to be around winners. You're going to be around a millionaire minds. And this is what it's all about. You got to hang out with the winners. And that's what, you know, going to big events. Now, you cannot wait for a convention, you know, every 2 years. A big event is your opportunity meeting. A big event is your Monday full-timers training. A big event might be your Saturday training, might be even a dinner with your coach. That might be a big event. You know, but you gotta see it, the importance of it, a Zoom meeting, right? I mean, I like to call this pandemic, like Lisa Jones, a paydemic, right? I love when she said that on our conference call. And it was, for me, was amazing. The way I see Zoom right now, guys, is like a hybrid. I'm not just shutting down my face-to-face. I mean, I don't do that. I mean, I always believe in face-to-face. I want to see people's emotions, right? I want to see how they react when something is being said, right? And so I like to call Zoom a hybrid. You get a little bit of both worlds, right? But you can't just rely on one of them. And I think at these times, there's not a better business model than Primerica's business model. The replacement system that we have here is what allows us to become millionaires, is what allows us to keep on, you know, building, keep on recruiting, keep on, you know, double-digit recruiting every single month, day in, day out, month in, month out. And it allows us also to protect our business. People want to quit. You know, I'm like, at some point when some people quit, I'm like, you can quit all you want, but this is what you're gonna leave me. You feel me? Like, I mean, you can quit, but just, you know, give me your top 25, give me your top 5, 10 people before you quit. Just please do that, because I know you got it going. But I'm just saying, I mean, we're fired up and excited because, you know, you're one recruit away from an explosion. And a lot of people look for a lot of places. They keep on digging. They find gold, and then they start digging somewhere else. I just think that you gotta go to the bathroom, shut the door, turn the light on, and look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself and say, hey, what do you want? What decisions are we going to do? What sacrifices do we need to make? And let's get it going. Don't think too much. Don't overthink. Get it going. Let's go. Let's keep it moving, right? And let's move forward, never backwards. All right. So I know that was about maybe 10, 15 minutes of our mindset, and Coach, maybe he's going to open it up later for some questions.
Yeah, what we'll do is...
I'm just excited, pumped up to see you guys this weekend.
Great start, guys. And we are going to come back. Stay tuned for some Q&A with Andres and Alvaro. Let's toss it over to Rob and Darla.
All right.
I'll be back. And we're back.
Very, very fun. All right. We'll turn to the next page. Okay. So, Trish. You're up, my friend. Okay, promotions graphic. Just a quick reminder, if you want to have any of your promotions announced tonight, go ahead and go out to getbiggergohome.com, go to the downloads promotion page, fill it in, and I will pull them, and we will talk about them in a little bit. Right now, Trisha's going to announce if she turns the mic over and uses the proper end.
Yes, sorry. They had me writing too fast.
Tell us who's engaged.
I couldn't keep up. So that's an excellent thing. So
awesome thing.
So we've got Hillary Nickel, the Ottingers, McKeever, Muse, Madkins, Roach, Hayes, Parker, Whitmere, Johnson, Marshall, Goodman, Corns, Schmidt Sr., Ray Rodriguez. Oh my God, Ray Rod. Bynum, Eubanks, Shakar, Rubio, Catan, Crenshaw, Rick and Chris Walker, Santana Allen, Nguyen, Luzinaris, McGinnis, Hashish, Duncan, Scott, Costanzas, Shanti Walker, Malone, Espinosa, Sheridan, Lane, Trin, Andrews, Cheeks, Red, Sylvia Robinson, Florinord, Peel, Berryman, Parkhurst, Lane, Vincent Marla Lane, Janke, Plate, Tejada, Langston, King, Kofer, Searcy, Hall, Shaw, Price, Martin, Lewis, Maltzby, Snavely, Doris Rodriguez, Morrow, and Cynthia Thompson.
All right.
There
Way to
were
go,
more
y'all.
ticking in as I got called up here.
That's
So
awesome.
that was,
Great job, everybody.
Alrighty. See you in a
Yep.
few.
See you in a little bit. All right. One more quick reminder.
Yep. If you're an RVP and you're watching right now and you haven't turned in your numbers or you need to update them again, text us at 404-465-1830. You need to tell us, your own name. Tell us the RVP name, right?
That works.
Then we classify you. If you got like a name like Walker or Rodriguez, where there's a couple of you, make sure you specify. But tell us the number of people you have watching from your base shop right now. And you only got a few more minutes before we take the playoff seeds and see who's going to win the championship. So get after it quick. And now we're going to toss it over for some hot twos. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to take a quick shot of our audience again. Are you
Hold on
guys
here.
out there? Woohoo!
Sorry.
Hey, it's okay. All right, thank you. So coming up next is not that yet, but sneak preview of what's coming. Real quick, like the whole big event, right? Why do we do this? Why do we do it over and over? What seemingly people are like, well, I've already watched it. Why would I go again? I've already been there. I've heard everything. You have not heard everything. I promise you. 30 plus years, I have not heard everything because every time I listen, I'm different. Right? Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Right? So I reached out and I found 7 awesome people who are going to just give us 2 minutes or less of why do you plug into the big events. And we're going to start with Deontay Miller.
All right.
Woohoo! Now it's your turn.
Hey, guys, thank y'all so much for having me on. There's 3 things that I want to say about showing up to big events. The first thing is the wisdom that you get from others, the wisdom that you get from $1 million earners, the wisdom that you get from RVPs, SNSD, NSDs, SVPs, whatever it is. It's just the wisdom is amazing. The next thing is the environment can grow your vision. It's just big about being around other individuals that are already very successful in the business. It grows your vision even more to what you can accomplish with Primerica. The next thing is that if you want to grow your business, you need to show up to the big event, and you also need to have people come with you because it grows your team. So that's all I have to say is that if you want to grow your business and grow your team, show up to the big event. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right.
All right. I think is Evelyn there with you?
Yes.
Go ahead, Evelyn,
Yes.
introduce yourself and tell us all about it.
Yes, hey guys, my name is Evelyn Carrillo. It's a pleasure to be here. And all I need to say is the big events. Why do I keep going to big events? Big events is where big decisions are made. It just happened to me. That's why I say it, because it happened to me. I went to a big decision. I went to a big event and I made my biggest decision ever. It changed my life. It changed my business. It grew my business. So I know that every time that I go, it's not about going by myself. It's about going and taking my team so they can make their decisions. Now I'm going to say it in Spanish to all my Spanish speakers. So, les quiero dejar saber de que los eventos grandes es donde nosotros hacemos las decisiones grandes. Me pasó a mí. ¿Por qué? Porque la primera vez que yo fui a un evento, y fue un evento grande en North Carolina, yo hice mi primera decisión, la decisión más grande que he tomado en mi vida. Cambió mi negocio, cambió mi grupo, cambió la vida de muchas personas. Y no solo se trata de ir yo sola, se trata de llevar a mi grupo para que también ellos tomen sus decisiones. So big events is where you need to be. Thank you so much, Darla. That's all I gotta say. You guys have a blessed one.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you. I'm going to take a shot of the audience. Woohoo! Good job. All right, next up is my great friend, Ken Rogers.
Hey guys, thank you so much for allowing me to be on here. Thanks Andy, Mark, Matt, Darla, and the whole night class crew.
Audio continue.
We've been plugging in for the big events since 2018, and I'm like, three things I want to mention is the fact that we are a very diverse group. You'll find somebody else who's just like you, who understands your background. They'll challenge you. There's somebody you can get in the foxhole with so you can grow your business. The second thing is we have great mentors, from the person who saw something in you to invite you to join their team, to your coach, all the way up. We have successful entrepreneurs who want to see you be successful. There's no other business model like what we do. And the third thing is we have a great cause. Everybody needs to have hope. Everyone wants to have an opportunity to become their best version of themselves. We give people hope because we have an opportunity, and we also give financial freedom to our families. That's the three things that I want to talk about. Thanks again for allowing me to be on your show tonight.
All right, good job, everybody. Woohoo! I've been muted.
Okay.
All right, you guys, that was great. We've got some more awesome people coming up after we
do the Q&A.
Do the Q&A. My favorite part. I like this part. Brothers, are you there?
Yes, we are
All
here.
right. I think Andy's got some really, really tough questions for you.
I started off with what happened to your hair.
Yeah. Are you
Just kidding.
getting easier from there?
It's getting easier. These will be easier questions. Man, how about that? And I wanted to translate, and the boys can help me. The brothers can help me with this. They speak Spanish, and I majored, lived in South America, translated for Wachovia, where they offered me a full-time job right before I came in this business. What Evelyn said, for those of you who didn't understand the Spanish, was that big decisions are made at big events, and she's tired of all you doing such little numbers. And when you come to the big event, you need to get bigger numbers. If you got nothing, do 1 by 1, 2 by 2. I know it didn't sound like that, but I'm just translating for her. Start getting bigger, thinking bigger, getting a bigger vision, get your butt to work. So that was basically what she said during her speech. Right, guys?
Yes. Absolutely.
Anyway, big decisions are made at big events. So, talk about, guys, I know that the chatter, I tell people all over through primary, you got POL, you got social media, you got all this other crap that's going on. And just, so much chatter is distraction. I mean, I talk about the chicken soup, 3 or 4 recognizable ingredients with your chicken and your broth, and don't be, getting a committee, everybody's opinion before you make a stew. It's so complicated, nobody can duplicate it, and it's so complicated with so much crap in it, nobody wants to eat it. You have to eat it with a fork. Keep it simple. Talk about your message, however you guys want to jump back and forth, about your vision. I sell people on, through 5 or 10 people, their referrals build 25 to 40 licensed people. They do 30 transactions on our model, bill you a 6-figure income. That's basically a $30,000 base shop. I don't say that crap. I'm just saying, I sell in the beginning. Yeah, you can make you see a product you like, part-time income, which can change your zip code, and through 5 or 10 people build a business in 5 to 12 months while you're part-time. And, when I went to DC, I said, we'll build 80 offices. I was a daggum regional leader, sleeping in my mom's house, a 15-year-old car. I mean, I wasn't an RVP, and I couldn't promote RVPs, but I said we're going to promote 80 RVPs. And by the time I was 28, 5 years later, we had 80. So talk a little bit about the vision and the mindset, because Art, I'm telling you, he would jump anybody right now about everything that he built for this company was for you to go to RVP and build RVPs. So touch on the vision, selling RVP, and where you guys are at with all that.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. First of all, that's a great question. There's a bunch of messages that come from different leaders. But what I love about your school, what I love about the SNSD factory, is that it stay consistent. Like the message just never change, you know? And so every time we come to you for advice, you know, you always say, you need more players, you need more players. And then people on stage say that the only way to find players is through large number of recruiting in a short period of time, right? And how do we get our base up to 50 recruits? You always say, coach, 3 direct double-digit recruiting teams, right? Gives you 50, and then 6 gives you 100. And so that's the message that we always talk about, right? And then we also hear that there's 2 stages to build this business. First stage is sprint wide, right? Sprint wide, so meaning get directs. So you find somebody that allows you to explode deep. And when you explode deep, you keep on going until you find a leader in that leg that can be a double-digit recruiting team. And that's how we have been actually messengers to our team. That's what our team knows, right? The way that they get the premium is through promoting districts, because that's the building blocks of Primerica, right? That's what I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I mean, our vision together, right, is to get financially independent through Primerica and the compensation system. I mean, from the get-go, I went to the opportunity meeting and I didn't see an extra, like, I didn't see the part-time extra $1,000 to $2,000. I saw the $1 million right away. And when I saw the $1 million income that we could have in Primerica, I just attached my goals and dreams to that $1 million income. I just was thinking, man, my mom wouldn't be, you know, cleaning houses anymore if this was the case. You know, I could actually help my dad. You know, I can provide for my family, for my brothers. You know, I'm the oldest of 3 here. I'm the older of Alvaro and then Nico, right, that's coming right up. And so I just didn't want to have my family to have to go through money stress like that, because when I was 11 years old, I had to come to America, right? Not because, you know, Peru is the land of opportunities, right? We came to America because America is the land of opportunity. And as a matter of fact, we came here because of money challenges in our country. And there's a lot of political challenges as well, right? I mean, the last 4 or 5 presidents have been in jail or something like that. Like it's crazy out there, third world countries. But it is where I come from, and I never forget that. I'm very humble. So our vision is to become an SNSD this year, right? Promoting 9. That's our mindset. And the only way we're going to get there is by plugging in to environments like this, where it allows us to grow. It allows us, you know, to keep humble, because we cannot stretch our own vision. I wanted to travel without, like Alvaro said, asking a boss. And I remember when I was in the restaurant industry, I just remember this one time my dad gave me a call and said, hey, Andres, like, I'm not feeling well right now. And I just remember that I had to wait until like a table left for me to, you know, do my side kind of work, for me to leave the restaurant and actually meet my dad. But it was like 30, 40 minutes and it could have been too late, right? But then I remember being in Primerica as a regional leader, receiving a phone call that my brother Nico got hurt, you know, got a cut or something like that. And I immediately jumped, you know, and went to pick him up. This was back when he wasn't even 18, he was like 17 years old. And I had to take him to the hospital to get some stitches. So what I'm saying is, we all think, like Coach Andy said, we all think we have time, but we really don't. So if you really think you got like an extra decade to build this business, you don't. You know, you got to do it now, and you got to do it for you to provide the family, the business, the lifestyle for your family, and your business at Primerica can provide that for you. We're already taking our parents in June to Puerto Rico. It's going to be like an amazing trip that we want to take. My brother that lives in Bolivia is flying. He was meeting us there, and just creating memories is what we're all about right now. But, you know, we cannot let up. This is the time we actually push the pedal, you know, the foot to the metal full. And, you know, you can go as fast as you can, but at the same time, you have to remember you're bringing people with you. You cannot go there alone. You cannot win big alone. You have to win as a team. And that's our vision. We're going to win together.
Talk a little bit about, guys, you know, Billy Render, Art Williams, of course, the original, 3 who get 3, who get 3, who get 3. And I always say 3, 5, or 10 will be better, and start digging through, because what's happening with a lot of people today is they get the list, they go out, and they're doing the obviously field training, going for the bonus. They get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And then what a lot of them are doing, and it's clear by the way you can look at their numbers, is, okay, we got to go get 1, 2, 3 IBAs, which is not a recruit, especially when they're 49, but even when they're 99. And they go get an IBA. Talk about how critical it is to be like on a bead like Arnold Schwarzenegger looking for Sarah Connor, why it's critical for your own self-preservation. Otherwise, you're going to be starting at ground zero, digging around, asking people for referrals, cold, whatever, trying to find somebody instead of using the markets you have in the hot markets and digging through, because I know you guys have been doing that with the recruits. Talk about that mindset and getting them three. They got to have three to get promoted anyway, and then keep that process going with the people under them, pushing them district, and the districts would get them to division, regional, of course, RVPs. Talk a little bit about that, the mindset.
Yeah, absolutely, coach. So that's actually great, you know, what you're saying, because, you know, tap rooting is how you also can also lock people in to stick around a little longer, you know what I mean? Because the fear of losing is during the fear of gain. And so if you immediately recruit somebody, the mindset is gotta be how quickly can I get 3 recruits in under that person, and also implement the buddy system, right? Because maybe you can recruit the spouse, and you can recruit or the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the brother or the best friend, and then they can go through the quote unquote rejection together, you know, so they don't feel alone. Like when their groups of friends and family are being negative, it's not just one person getting attacked. Now you got 2 people, you know, believing in America. And so it's also good to recruit people that are close with them so you can implement the buddy system, study together and stuff like that. And of course, what I will say as well, coach, is that there's a lot of intangibles, you know, a lot of intangibles when it comes to building also personal relationships with the recruits, you know what I mean? Because, you know, sometimes, you know, you just recruit somebody and just, okay, see you later. You don't go out to eat and you don't spend time together. That's why I also love traveling to North Carolina, because on the way there it's like a 5.5-hour bus ride. And so we get to build relationships with them, right? Building, and also focus on building them a team, right? Because if you build them a team, you get 3 who get 3 who get 3. If they quit, you can hell. If they quit, then guess what? You get 3 directs. And so the mindset is not only just building a team by locking them in, right, and filter out who's going to be the key players there. You know, that's what I say. How deep can you go?
Yeah, I think you know, the most important when it comes to the multiplication game, right? You have to understand this is a numbers business. I mean, you have to accept it. It's reality. And not everybody's gonna join, but like Coach said, like 4 out of 10 join in the hot market, right? So why would you go through the cold? Now, obviously, when you don't have anything, you have to do everything. I mean, you have to prospect, you have to talk to people, you have to put, you know, maybe put a post here on your Facebook or Instagram if you don't know anybody. Start messaging people, right? But once you get that, I think really what drives our business is our Phone Blitz environment. Our Phone Blitz environment is where we gather the team and we rally it up and we say, okay, we're gonna go for 2 hours, 2.5 hours until we book 5-10 appointments, right? And you know, we do a little incentives here. I mean, you got to be creative in the business. All right, whoever sets the most appointments, right? You know, we'll take you out to lunch. And I mean, sometimes I know that, you know, some people don't set anything, and since we put an incentive, now they have 10. You know, some of them are like half, you know, like we like to say, right? But, you know, every now and then you actually get somebody that gets motivated, gets pumped up, has integrity, right? And actually takes it serious. And, you know, maybe because you spend like a $10, $15 meal, that might get you like a conversation with that person where they know you on a different kind of level. Like you said, you know, break some bread, right? And just talk about life, talk about business, talk about where you're going, talk about where they want to go, because I see them, and it's like it's about the new guy, the new recruit. What do you want? What do you want to build? How fast you want to go? And you know, there's no building a business without people. So getting 3 recruits right away under somebody is crucial. And I'm not talking about the IBA you get like on the last day of, you know, month end close, where you kind of recruit your grandma or your, you know, that's just an IBA. But we're talking about real recruits, talking about real people who decide to move forward and build something. It's building time, and that's what we're all about, building.
And you grow through multiplication when you go in deep. You know what I mean? You go through multiplication versus obviously addition when you're just recruiting directs. You know what I mean? And it's so much fun, coach. 3 who get 3. The business becomes so much fun because you're in the hot market. I mean, you're in the warm market. You know, sometimes when you've been in the business for so long and you have to get go get the recs, you go to like the cold market prospecting. But when you're going deep, it's all hot. It's like hotter than Puerto Rico right now. Like it's hot. Like, you know, it's like warm, best friend, and people. It's easier to close business. It's easier to recruit because there's credibility there. So it's so much fun when you're getting 3 who get 3 in your tap rooting. That's what I will say.
If you're in the real hot market, in the right market you're supposed to be in, you probably ought to gain 50 pounds as an RVP, because we joke about that, get your RVP spread going, you know. Because if you're in a hot market, they want to feed you. Hey, can I get you a plate? And you want, like, I remember going on Saturday, we went to like 8 different appointments. Everybody wants you to have a little bite. And you want to make people feel bad and not eat their food, right? So I always, you know, came prepared to eat everywhere. I mean, it's crazy, you know, but a hot market is so wonderful. Another quick thing is, you know, Pat up at the Ocean, her condo next door, she had 2 folks that were lawyers, kids of the people that own the condo next door. And they're talking one day on the beach, and this poor Nico, you know, he's got these friends, and now all of a sudden he's friends with their kids, and I guess played soccer or something together. And you know, he's with this company, Prime America, doing anything about it. And Pat says, yeah, my brother's Andy Young. He's the guy that, you know, runs the whole state and this and that. He's got 300 offices. So all of a sudden, they completely changed the way they thought. And I remember having, you know, over the last year, probably 4 or 5 times met with them, dinners and lunches, and when they come by to see her, and they're talking about, yeah, Prime America, man, because they did a little research after that and started talking about, they're going to ruin this kid, what's he in, and he's only 18, and man, they looked at Prime America from a totally different light. But the point I wanted to make is all the way up toward the end, and just for you guys to know, I mean, as she was coming down the end of the road there, she asked all the time, is Nico going to RVP? How the boys doing? So real proud of you guys, looking forward to seeing you guys, and looking forward to promoting tons of RVPs. Appreciate you. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
All right, back to Robin Darla.
Yep.
I'm lonely. We used to have an audience.
It's all right. This thing's all jacked up.
Yeah!
All right, there we go.
All right.
Oh, there they are. All right, we're going to get this all worked out. I still think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Knock Rob over 6 inches on that one.
You need some more, 3 more computers. We'll get this
We'll
knocked out
get this
real
all
easy.
worked out. All right. So next up, I'd like to announce some promotions. Right? So from the Lynn and Wayne Garris hierarchy base shop, we are going to promote, they have promoted David Hedrick to regional leader on his way, right? And Jackie Hopkins to regional leader. There could be 2 more RVPs in the making.
There we go.
Right? From the Dwayne Anthony hierarchy, I hope I'm going to say this right, Callis Jameson being promoted to district. Congratulations. And Terry and Carol Santana Allen, they're promoting Anna and Owen Brown to district. Congratulations, you guys. And Sylvia and Lou Robinson, who pretty much show up every week. Good job. Patrice Taylor to district.
All right, way to go.
Congratulations, everyone. Good job, y'all. Can't wait to get somebody to read the list on Saturday. All right, Trish, you are up.
Okay. So I'm going to read 50 and above. So we can give shout out for 50's huge. So we're going to start off with Wesson Shea Flournoy. They report in with 58 people.
That's good.
William Kofer is reporting in with 60. David and Garcia Catan are reporting in with 70. So then there's a big, huge jump. And we go to Walter Charles. So these are our top 2. Walter Charles is reporting in with 90. And Belle DeRubio is reporting in with 110.
That's close.
So we're just taking these 2 base shops, Walter Charles and Belle DeRubio. If you have already reported in, doesn't count. I wasn't ready for that part. This was RVPs only, so we had to get the top teams. So if you have already reported in, you need to do that again because I've already just gone over that. So
Deleted you.
It's basically been deleted.
You've been deleted.
Yep. Terminated. So we're looking for Walter Charles and Belle DeRubio base shops.
All right.
All right, y'all. So you heard her. Walter Charles base shop, Belle DeRubio's base shop. If you are in one of those top 2 base shops, what I need you to do right now, get out your phone. I'll give you a second. Pull up your text messaging app. And then hit that number that you see on the screen right now, 404-465-1830. Send them a text. Let them know which base shop you're reporting from. So we got an example there, RVP Young, and then put in your solution number. We got an example there, ABC12. Now, make sure that, if you don't have a solution number, you can put in guest or something, but we only want 1 person submitting per phone number. right? So I can't text from my phone and send multiple people's solution numbers to report out. Everybody's got to take care of themselves, right? So independent people, that's what we're looking for. 404-465-1830. If you're in Bell DeRubio's base shop, if you're in Walter Charles' base shop, hit us up because you've got about 30 minutes, maybe 25,
25.
20.
Yep.
So make sure it happens quick. And Trish has now gone into the counting room with Claudia to make sure.
Takes two of them to count that many
really
people.
does.
It's awesome.
All right.
All right.
We got some hot twos
I do.
now.
I've got 4 of them. I'm really excited about all these guys. And they're going to go right back to back. They're going to introduce themselves, and we're going to scooch right through there. They're going to have some great ideas and tips for you and why you plug in. Why do we keep doing it over and over again? We're going to start with DeWitt, brand new RVP from the Bold team. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Why it's so important to be at a big event. I mean, you get total commitment at big events. And the Get Big or Go Home, they always put people that are graduated or graduating individuals in front of you. So if it's not just about us, it's who can we put in that environment, and that environment just sells it for us. So it just does our job for us. It's just putting those individuals in there. I mean, there's no one-on-one. There's nothing better than a big event that can sell it. It's unbelievable. And to say this in Amharic, which is everybody that's from East Africa, I mean, big event, but I'm important no. Lenya bicha sound and them namat also what you know. And that's what what Jane and Tillicum picture expand the Maragalacho the big event to Spichano. Big event to Bazu graduate are so what you know, late business on the Sarut, launching lantam. But then Bisinagro soon understand our get, but then big month chilalas. Let's get big. SNSD Factory.
Ooh. All right. So next up, can you do that? Translate that? All right. So Andy will be translating for us when we get back. So Cindy, welcome, my friend.
Thank you very much. Cindy Gilliard, so happy to be here. Thank you, Darla, Rob, for all that you do to make this and the Night Glass crew. Oh, Andy Young, the GOAT, thank you for all that you do. Coach Sylvia Robinson, Coach Lou, Team Believe, shout out to you. And Coach Mary, thank you. Hey, so what? I don't know if you see, I got my little Mardi Gras, I'm rocking it. It's Fat Tuesday. It's the last day of Carnival. But with Primerica, we have Carnival. We get to celebrate all the time. It's not just a couple of days. You know, you attend events and you get to see the process that Andy Young has gifted all of us. You get to see that process. You get to see that in action. Primerica continues to get all of these awards. But when you attend an event, you get to see the reward of that process. You get to see how that has impacted someone's life, and they can get whatever the hell they want because they have done the work. So there's this tale. It's a tale of two wolves. One wolf is good, one wolf is bad. And it says, which one grows? It's the one that you feed. Well, in Primerica, it's the dud and the stud. And it's the same concept. Which one are we going to feed? The dud, oh, I can't do that. It's too hard. Oh, it's going to be cold. It might be raining. Are we going to be the stud? We're going to get that cheek. You know what I'm talking about. Get that cheek in a seat at the event. And don't just bring your cheek. Bring the whole team's cheek. Let's get all them cheeks in some seats. And you know what? Follow your dreams because they know where you're going. They know how to lead you. And you know why? Because this is an SNSD Factory.
Oh, all right. Very nice. Next up, one of my most favorite people ever, Kristen.
Hey guys, so first and foremost, thank you so much to Night Glass and to the amazing Andy Young. I mean, you have no idea how much this takes to get this thing moving, and you guys have done a great job. And when they were talking about the big events, the one thing I thought of was back when I started the business, I had the opportunity, we had a Breakfast Club event that Andy was hosting out on the West Coast. And I had the chance to literally just, I'd never traveled before. I didn't have that experience. And I, stepped my foot into the West Coast. I'm from the East Coast, so that was a big deal. And when I did that, at that moment, I thought, man, what if I had other people that could do that could experience that? Because that's a big deal, because not everywhere you go, especially outside of Primerica, you don't have that opportunity, especially right now. And one of the things I remember that Andy always talks about, and you guys have heard plenty of times, is stay close to the fire. So it's important to be at these events because number one, you got to stay close to the fire, but not only that, but who do you have on your team that can be close to that fire? Because it's such a big deal to do that because it expands your vision. It's kind of like football. If you think about the tryouts, they don't have like 50 people trying out. They have hundreds of people trying out because they want to get the best of the best. And our big events, it doesn't matter if it's Tuesday or if it's a Zoom or if it's, of course, this Saturday, every event, we talked about it earlier tonight on this awesome broadcast, but every event is a big event because we're moving those people. So you want to stay close to that fire. And I challenge everybody here, how many people are you going to have plugged in to this Saturday? And back to you, Darla.
All right. Thank you very much. Well done. Right. All right. Wrapping it all up is the great Charlie Walker out of Mary Hayes Hierarchy.
Hey guys, oh man, I'm super excited for the big event this weekend. I just want to say the Focus campaign, we're in the house. I thank the team so much. I thank Mary Hayes, the leader of all leaders, but just being at big events. Big events change your life. You ask 10 people, do they want to change? Nobody raised their hand. But you ask 10 people, do they want to learn? Everybody raised their hand. But it's about changing your life. That's the main thing. So being in a room with people who think differently but think like you is major. I've never been a part of something where I have millionaires, people going over 100,000, 200,000 like it's not nothing, teaching you how to do it. But you rather go to a place that you call a job, which stands for just over broke on a regular basis, just to live paycheck to paycheck. So being in this room, when I tell you guys, it's crucial. You never know, because people got all kinds of walks in life. But you never know, that story that you might hear might change your life. And so it's not money, it's not strategy, but it's teamwork. They teach you how to be a team. And team stands for together, everyone achieves more. So what other better place to learn this than at the big event? So take action behind your faith over your fear. You have to. Comfort is the enemy to our success. You don't want to be comfortable where you at. So coming to the big event, not missing anything is so crucial. Because when you miss crucial, you might miss your call. You might have missed your blessing. So you want to be at every big event. I don't care if it's an event. I don't care if it's a training in the office. I don't care if it's a conference call. Make sure you are there, because one thing that you might miss might take you over the top. They always say that you one recruit from an explosion. So you might, while you not going to the event, you might miss that thing that you need to hear to get that one recruit to take you over the top. And it's just a crusade. You have to actually understand that this is bigger than you. It's bigger than us. It's bigger. Prime America, they saved lives. And let me tell you, I was one of those kids. I told my story before. My mom died when I was 3. My dad died when I was 4. My grandma died when I was 13. So I was one of those kids to where when my grandma passed away, we didn't have any life insurance. So they took away the house. You know, they took away everything. I was sleeping in people's houses. I didn't have a pot to piss in, and that's just where I was. But the biggest thing was my grandma didn't have life insurance. So she couldn't have that college fund for me. She couldn't keep that roof over our head. But now that I have a daughter, I'm not going to put her in that situation. But how about other people who need us? Because it's people who need us everywhere. So a dream denied is not a dream. That is not a dream deferred is not a dream denied. So guys, you have a chance to dream here. Most of us give up because work and life has beat us up. But here in these big events, they teach you how to dream again, because sometimes you got to get out of your environment. Our coach talk about getting out of your radius of 10 miles. Because I'm telling you, you only know what you know, what you're around. But when you get around people who are going for something, who's dreaming, who has goals and dreams, you start to think that. So you got to buy into the system. And the last thing I want to tell you guys, success. I know everybody on here wants success, but we throw that word around like it's not nothing. But we want a success. So I want everybody to write this down. I want you to put success down in your paper. Hopefully you know how to spell it. The S stands for see your goal. The U stands for understand the obstacle. Now, the C stands for create a positive mental picture. The other C stands for clear your mind of self-doubt. The E stands for embrace the challenge. The S stands for stay on track. And the other S stands for show the world you can do it. You can do it. By coming to the big events show you can do it. That life is not bigger than you. You are bigger than life. The world comes at you on a regular basis. So now you go at the world. So the big events change your life, so you don't want to miss. I want to thank you guys for having me on. We're going to the top because the bottom is too dang on crowded. SNSD Factory.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah.
You had one little extra element.
Yeah. Really changes things.
Really changed things. It's all right. It's good. That was awesome. To all of the hot twos who like came on, just like kind of last minute notice, right? As we all like to do. You were phenomenal. I think you made the points well. I think the big events are what keeps the whole train moving down the track, to be honest, right? So the big events are part of the system, right? They're not separate from the system. They're part of the system. It's where you plug everything into. So you can get Andy's complete system out on getbigorgohome.com. Again, over in the downloads page below the promotions form. Everything you need is right there.
Yep.
You know, how I got 24 RVPs since the IPO.
Yep.
Nobody else. All right. Before and after. Still looking for y'all's videos. Send me a 30-second video to tickets@nightglass.com. Tell us what it was like, you know, why you're plugged into the event or the environment. What, you know, maybe kind of you were just not doing much and then you plugged in and it was like Olivier and those guys that we've already talked to. So go ahead and send those to me at tickets@nightglass.com. February 20th, this weekend, look who's coming.
We got a big speakers.
Announced that today. That's very exciting.
Sam and Keith are going to be there, going to continue to turn up the heat, the SNSD factory to a maximum in 2021. So don't miss it. The recognition cutoff has now passed, but you can still get tickets if you want to participate. Anybody new that you've gotten on your team this week past the registration or recognition cutoff, tell them to go to getbigorgohome.com, register. It's free. Just go ahead and do it.
Register, really.
And then, you know, we're going to be running that thing from 10 to 2 Eastern time on Saturday. So make sure you're dressed, fed, and ready to go because we will start and end promptly.
Yes. And also, like, this is a big rally, right? 4 hours of rally.
Yep.
You have lots of opportunity, lots of new players play on the weekend, right? So it's going to be very exciting, a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So maybe one day we'll have a live audience again.
Yep.
And so kind of pushing down at the track just a little bit, a little bit. All right.
So
I think
now,
Andy might have some closing thoughts. Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. Here we go. Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Okay, you want wisdom.
Closing comment wisdoms.
All right. So when I was going through this 30 by 30 replacement, you get to talk about that first. What's your replacement going to be? What's your exchange going to be? I mean, what level do you want to play at? You know, you go out and get 120 in 5 months and change your life. 30-30, start over, get 15, and then by the 7th month, you've got 400 recruits. Not 120 in 5 months, 400 in 7 months, and clicking at 100 a month and building a daggum hierarchy. That's what you start looking at. And so my brother sent me a text during the show. He was disappointed because the referees and the officials were a little more clear when they talked about what you're not supposed to touch and what you're supposed to do and all that. And he thought I should clarify that. And what I wanted to clarify is he's a center, the guy that hikes the ball. And so he lets other people touch him. That's why he's a little confused. The quarterback comes up and puts his hands up, you know, to get the ball when they're not in the shotgun. And when they have down on the 1 yard line, the goal line, he might decide to do a quarterback sneak, but he can't yell, I'm going to sneak the ball over. He has to let the center know which way he's going when his hand's there. So Randy got touched in a special way. That's why if you look at centers and quarterback, special relationship, quarterback always drives the center to practice and back, make sure they get fed and all that kind of stuff. So it's about not touching yourself, not letting other people touch you. You know, I clarify, you learned something about football tonight. But anyway, who your first 3 RVPs going to be? Who's your first RVP, second RVP, third RVP? We come out of the gate. I mean, I went to RVP, I just told you. 2 days from now, it's going to be February 18th. 39 years ago, February 18th, and Art chews our ass out. Bam, 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 bam. Well, March, April, May, June, July. 5 months later, I promoted 3 RVPs 5 months later. Randy was one of them. He is a guy who was working at National Geographic doing illustrations for children's books. I don't know about that because you put that subtle crap in there once again. But, I mean, he was an illustrator at National Geographic making like 30, 40 grand. You know, Sid Jackson, my college roommate, where Peggy Hightower came from. I mean, Sid, he was making $60,000 a year in 1982. $60,000 driving a Trans Am. He wasn't like looking for a ride. Ina Pollins, where Bruce Kalk, Christian David, the brothers, that all came out of Ina Pollins. She retired later on, sold her business and retired. But Ina, that's one of the first three RVPs. Ina was in Las Vegas and had her own show as a headliner. She had the outfits like kind of like Cher, running her own show. Unbelievable singer, and had like an 800-seat theater. She filled up every night in Vegas doing her show. It was the Ina Holiday Show. That was her stage name. And I mean, people. And we had different events we went to, and she started singing. So we were down at Marco Island one time, and she started singing "Summertime" from Porgy and Bess, the Gershwin thing, and people started coming out from like 4 or 5 restaurants. Who the hell is that singing? I mean, she'd made over $100,000. Had a difficult divorce, single mom, and she shows up. And then we had Christian David, who took forever, 7 years to figure it out, you know, and showed up at meetings and retreats and schools and entertained us, you know. We had a lot of different people. But you ain't running a developmental league. You're running a dadgum major league business. You're running a massive business here. That's what, if that's what you're selling. And I was broke, barely getting by with a 15-year-old car, but I was selling it big, selling it large. And I had a bunch of people who looked like they had it going on that quit. You know, they were all that in a bag of chips. I hate pretentious people. And I navigate like a Wake Forest. They're like, pretty much they're second, third generation wealth, so they ain't worth a crap. Daddy or granddaddy built everything. And I said that on one of my appointments. I've said it here before. Jack came in, and he was a president of the bank, and the bank downsized, and after 08, and he comes in with his alligator shoes and his $4,000 or $5,000 suit and Burberry or whatever, this and that, and his man purse. And he's sitting down with me, and he said, you know, I was looking at the meeting, and exactly what kind of folks do you hire around here? I'm a little concerned about that. And I said, well, where'd your mom and dad go to college? Well, my dad didn't go to college. He was in the Korean War and came back. He, you know, got a GED, then he went and he did a, you know, got a college degree at like night school and weekends. What about your mom? Well, no, she never went to college. I said, what about your grandparents? He goes, well, my grandparents were farmers. I don't think they went past 8th grade. I said, Jack, what we're looking for here is good, hard-working, honest people like your mom and dad and grandparents. You sorry-ass sack of you-know-what. I mean, I didn't say that part, but I was thinking it. Because you need to get a little bit of professional arrogance going on here. Not in their face, but just like when they start talking crap, it's like, you know what? I got to go. Radon gas is obviously in here. Radon is silent. It's quiet. You can't see it. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. But it'll surely kill you. And people start talking like idiots, it's time for me to go. Sure has rained a lot. Damn sure is cold. I don't know about your team. They're going to do better than whatever we talked about in the beginning. And I'm out. I got to find some people who want to play, which takes me to this point. You know, Tom Brady went to play. I mean, he won 6 Super Bowls with New England. And then he decided he wanted to go somewhere else because they weren't willing, you know, to work out a deal. But whatever happened up there. Something happened where they decided to let him go. So he goes to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he makes a deal with the coach. And, you know, we're going to do probably some things different. And, you know, we got the guts of a team that could probably make a Super Bowl run. And Tom Brady, there's a general manager for every team, except for the Cowboys. That guy is Jerry Jones. He's the owner and the general manager. That's why they're never going to do anything. He's like Al Davis in the old days. If you lost me already, don't worry about it. As long as he's the general manager, don't worry about the Cowboys. So, as a matter of fact, if you want to keep the Cowboys off your front yard, paint an end zone in it. Okay, so just thought I'd do that little commercial. But Tom Brady gets to Tampa, and he looks around, he's like, I think we're missing a little bit here. You know, like who's your first recruits in RVP going to be? You going to run an instructional league? Is he going to go to CYO, Catholic Youth Organization, Boys Club, find some people that maybe 5, 10 years from now are going to do something? And you know what? Most of the kids who played in the NFL played in all those little leagues. Most of the kids that played in the major leagues, in the major league, kids age to me now, but I mean, most people in the major league played little league. They played T-ball. I get it. But you run an organization with a bunch of T-ballers and little leaguers. I'm talking about a bunch. And you, if you're an RVP, a lot of y'all acting like T-ball and little leaguers. And looking around, where's the equipment? Who's bringing the snack? You're supposed to bring it. Well, it costs money. Yeah, that's right. You're supposed to do that too. But Tom Brady gets down there, and he ain't totally satisfied. He goes, huh. So he calls his friend Rob Gronkowski, who had retired. He said, Gronk, what about? I'm getting the band together in Tampa. We'll make another run. He goes, yeah, I'm coming. Rob Gronkowski. He goes after Antonio Brown, who had been an idiot at Pittsburgh and 3 or 4 other places. And an idiot at crap that he'd done in his life. His personal life was a disaster. He was suspended for 8 games the first part of this season. Half the season he had to sit out. And when he was at Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin, their coach, is on the microphone giving a speech about, we won a playoff game, now we got to go to New England. Well, Brady was still there. And we're going to go up there and whip their ass. We're sick of this BS and F this and that, because he got $500,000 to do a live broadcast from a locker room. Threw his coach and everybody under the bus. I mean, all they had to do at New England was show the dadgum speech about how we're going to go whip you. You don't give the other team, locker room material for that crap. He just did a lot of stupid stuff. But Brady wanted him because he's an unbelievable athlete. And he was like worried about, well, where's he going to go? I mean, we got to keep him out of trouble. Brady had him move into his house. I'll just keep him here. I'll keep an eye on him. So he's got Gronkowski, he's got Antonio Brown, and Leonard Fournette played in the SEC. A great running back, but everybody gave up on him. It was like, he's done. He had nowhere to play. And Brady, that was his third call. Called Leonard Fournette and say, hey, you want to get it back together again? Want to take another shot? And Fournette comes in. And here's another thing. You know that Tom Brady is the 14th highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Can you believe that? There's 32 teams, and he's not number 1, he's not number 2, he's not number 3, he's not number 4. A whole bunch of people ain't know one of those Super Bowls are getting those big contracts. What he did, because there's a salary cap, he's taken a lower salary, said, I can only spend so much money anyway, but I got to have players on my team and players who can play, so I want to leave some money, tens of millions on the table to get some players in here. Because like Michael Jordan found out when he scored 20, 40, 50, 80, and 100 points in a game, you can't win by yourself. Let's see, he brings in Gronk, he brings in Brown, and he brings in Fournette. So the Super Bowl comes along. How many people did Brady go recruit? 3. Everybody else is pretty much there. Well, most people are satisfied. In the Super Bowl, the Chiefs scored no touchdowns, 3 field goals. The Buccaneers scored 4 touchdowns. And Gronk had 2, Brown had 1, and Fournette had the other. The 3 guys he recruited were all 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. What's your team look like now? You think you got your people together? I got all the people I need? Tom Brady didn't think that. Man, you talk about yucking it up at 43 years old. You got to understand you don't have the players you need if you want to play at a high level. You want to be Circle of Champions, you need more players. And you need to be a player. Tom Brady's beyond reproach. They said, Bruce Arians, the coach, said, when they went out there, somebody turned the wrong way or do something, Tom would go, hey, man, we can't do it that way. And all of them would go, okay, I'll change it. Because of the respect level. Do it first, early. You can see a picture of him dragging a tire in the Bahamas. Go to the Bahamas or go to the beach. No, he's dragging a tractor tire, working out to be in the best shape. And he said next year, 2022, he said he's going to be in better shape. I'll be a better player next year. That's what he's talking about after the Super Bowl. But you got to have players around him, around you. And that's what he did is he went and got the players. And I'm challenging you to make that decision if you want to get big. Be the player and make sure you got the players and quit thinking you got time. Because I told that even a 20-year-old this weekend. Yeah, you got time, but your mom was 45. 20 years from now, she'll be 65. Or they're 55. Or grandparents are 60, they're going to be 80. You think you got time? You don't. You got the people you need? You don't. It's time to get moving. Saturday's going to be epic. Pull out all the stops to get everybody you can there. I guarantee you this will be the best Super Saturday that we've done since we started COVID. And we will be back doing live meetings, but I guarantee you this will be the best one we've had all year long. So be there with a team.
That's true. It will be the best one yet. All right. Let's have an audience shot, please. All right.
Awesome game.
I want to thank that audience. You guys were awesome. Like trying it out with us and kind of rolling with the punches as we try to work out the details. Thank you all very much. We're going to be, I think we'll make it a regular thing. What do you think? Yeah. Matt, what do you think? I love it. He loved it. We all love it. So we're going to be putting people in the audience every week here and on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll be a better player next year.
That'll get his kinks
Yeah,
warmed up.
Matt just said he'll be better in 2022.
No. He'll be better on Saturday. All right, you guys, thank you for joining us. Are we done?
No,
wait
we
a
gotta
minute.
do the-
No, we ain't done.
What do you mean we ain't done?
Come on, Trish. I know we're not done, y'all. Whoa.
All right, I want to start off by saying sorry I didn't read off the RVPs that had reported in before when I came up
Every
before.
now and
So
then.
we've got Julian, Walter Charles, Gupta, Risby, Marmolejo, Reljak, and Suman Kahana.
All
So
right.
those were the additional RVPs that reported in, and then there were a bunch of number changes. So that's what we were at. So sorry about that. So we're going to drum roll, please. I haven't finished counting either.
Whoops, sorry.
Okay, so we have got Belle DeRubio. You reported in with 110. I had 85 verified. Walter, you reported in with 90. I had 105 report
right,
in.
Look,
so we have
take
got
the audience shot.
we have got a 2-week streak here.
A 2-week streak.
2-week
All
streak here
right.
of Walter Charles winning the beat. The man he's doing the poking. He's poking the beast. I'm here. So congratulations, Walter. I'll get your actually. Give it to him Saturday.
Give it to him on Saturday.
Give it to him on Saturday.
Cup
Save me
number
some.
14.
Save me going to the post office. Y'all have a good week. Turning up the heat.
Yep. Absolutely.
Saturday morning, 10 o'clock sharp Eastern time. Make sure you're logged on. We're ready to bring the heat.
Yep.
Totally.
Make sure your people know
All
how to get
right.
on too. So.
Yep, because counting the folks, rally, that was fun.
Yep.
Fun with the audience.
Absolutely.
Right, the Walter's people out there hanging out there with us.
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys, really excited. I was feeling, melancholy about our gathering still. I don't know if I'll ever move beyond it or not. But anyway, so I thought we'd play back some a little recap from what we did last May. Love y'all. See you all on Saturday.
It's just an honor to be with great field leaders like all of you and your teams. We've got record attendance at this event right now. Just by plugging in, you've separated yourself from the pack.
In a time where the rest of the world is completely chaotic, we not only are focused, but we go do what we have never done before.
What do you think God made you for? Who are you supposed to help? What kind of environment do you want to create?
I want to have freedom. I want to have my 3 kids have a better life. I can tell you it's worth it.
You can either go sit in the corner and suck your thumb and shrivel up, or you can choose to make a difference and do something great.
Take an assessment of your business right now. This is a time where you could put in the early hours, you can put in the late hours.
If you have that passion, if you have that love, the difference in winning and losing is this much. You're going to have to be the toughest son of a gun that's ever lived to survive.
We're doing something special. It's going to be a competition. We coming back to compete.
Come on!